Hi everyone, this is Sheena again, and welcome to our garden. This is September 2019, and I can't get over how beautiful, how strong our garden is going. You see the archway that my husband and I built until dark time one night, the begonias hanging in the basket, the verbena hanging back there too. And this was primarily built for scarlet runners because we love them. We love the actual beans, but we love the blooms too. And you can see some blooms are still hanging out. The hummingbirds love them too, so they get quite territorial if you know hummingbirds. You can see the petunias there. They're still going strong. Plants along the wall. And these flowers. I can't get enough of the flowers. When we first started gardening, we didn't put much emphasis on flowers. But now, not just for their beauty, but they also bring in the pollinators. When I say their beauty, it's their warmth, it's their color, it's the bees and the butterflies coming around. It's just that special place that nothing else can do it except for flowers, basically. So I'm panning over here, showing you the sunflowers, the beautiful blue sky, those fall colors that are starting to come. And yet, these flowers, they're not all blooming, but look how many of them are blooming. You see some decorations we have in the garden. You see the trellises in the background that my husband built for the squash. And you just get an idea of the layout here. There's the heuchera back there, the celosia, the beautiful colors, some coneflowers and rocks that we painted. And this echinacea, my goodness, like last year, this girl, she was there, but she was barely there. This year, she came out strong, and look at these beautiful purple tones and these like fuchsia pink tones. That deep heuchera, Jacob's ladder over there. And there's some more flowers. There's a little arrangement here I did in a bucket from my father. Some variegated sage there. And some fountain grasses, which are just beautiful, and they'll even be bigger next year. There's a sign that we did with all of our handprints. We did that last year because we all put something into this garden. And in fact, if I could get like the bee prints and the hummingbird prints and the butterfly prints, and just, I really have to say that I just don't want to see the garden as a battlefield. I started to get stressed about the slugs. I started to get stressed about the earwigs at one point. And I said, I'm not going to see insects in that way. I'm not. Yes, we did bring in neem oil for the powdery mildew. But other than that, I know the slugs are going to have a little piece. I know that the earwigs are too. But I just tell them that they can have just a little bit, but we want most of it. And it's not just sharing with the insects either. It's sharing with neighbors, with friends. It's making zucchini bread. It's just beautiful. Like, a garden just keeps on giving, and it just never stops, does it? Look at these beautiful, beautiful sunflowers. We started some inside. Some bloomed early, such as that big one hanging down. It's going to be dry enough soon to get out the sunflower seeds, which we've never done before. Because in all honesty, we started sunflowers new this year for us. And there were a lot of firsts for us. But look at that coleus. Coleus, I discovered that last year. You see it here in this planter. Coleus is just amazing. And there's kale. We planted so much kale this year, right in the garden, on the garden wall. Sunflowers forever. Just, aren't they beautiful? People drive by and remark on the sunflowers and just the garden in general. You can see that the borage is Borage, if you've planted it before, the bees absolutely love borage. If you want pollinators, you plant the borage. And for us, we planted eggplant this year, and that's amazing. We got the little seedlings from a gardening friend of mine, and we really didn't expect much, or we didn't know what to expect. But lo and behold, we have some eggplant, and I can't wait to harvest it. And some little tomatoes tucked in there, ready to be ripened. And I think I'm going to show you some more of the eggplant because I just have to. I'm so proud of it and so excited. We also, in addition to the eggplant, we did some green peppers. And here they are here. They're not big, but so what? That's all right. And the bees forever. The bees are like, they're such teachers, they're companions. They sleep on some of the flowers sometimes. They let you know they're there. And you know what I found out about bees is they get to know you and they're interested in what you do. And here's that beautiful, beautiful eggplant. Like, I mean, look at those. We grew those. That's what I say when I look at the garden. If I see the flowers that we planted from seed. And look at these sunflowers. We just did this little fall arrangement. We got some bales of hay and we put a little fairy garden inside the chrysanthemums, and my husband painted a little turquoise stairway. There's some pumpkins ripening from our garden, and just a little place for the fairies to hang out, to have their own little secret magical place. I think my husband said we're going to add some fairy lights this weekend, and you can see a trellis that we planted. My husband built for the squash, because the squash, he didn't want them on the ground, and they have a place to have air and to be seen and just to hang out. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so blessed. We are. I mean, I've seen sayings on Pinterest, or I've heard people say, like, a garden is so nurturing, and it is. It's a place of solitude. It's a place of socializing. It's a place where you're nurtured, and it sustains you with all the fruits and all the veggies, all of the beauty. I mean, it's important to feed our soul. It's important, of course, to feed our bodies, and just to be in touch, and for those things not to be far apart from each other, because we're all one. We're one with these vegetables and these flowers. And I know sometimes that when you're weeding in the garden, and I don't know, it's just, it doesn't matter what you do. It's all so beautiful. Look at that kale. And again, back to the scarlet runners. And the sunflowers that, with their color and their height. And then here we have some zinnias that I planted from seed, and tomatoes. And I was so worried that tomatoes weren't going to ripen. But I figure, you know what? Mother Nature knows so much. She has so much wisdom. And we're learning from her. Look at that zinnia and these cosmos. And I think, and I've said it before, we grew that. We planted the seed for that. And that sense of being connected to nature. I mean, this is a part of the garden that was unplanned, but look what, just working the soil, making it rich, and putting some beautiful vegetables in there. And now we have some tomatoes. There's some kale back there. We planted 3 kinds of kale this year, and we have kale pretty much every day. This is another section of the garden that's new for us. We just kind of work the soil a bit, put some like compost in there, and just throwing packs and packs of wildflowers and sunflowers forever, of course. You see some poppies there. The sunflowers started blooming. Again, some more decorations because you got to have the butterflies, both real and decorative. And also, we have some borage planted in here. You probably can't see it, but there's even some tomatoes. There's convolvulus, a daylily that's not blooming right now, and just the breeze blowing these all around. I mean, and look what we see when we go out our door. This hanging basket of beauty, and that garden, that's our family garden, and with the rocks that we picked ourselves and brought them home and placed them to make a little area that's ours, and everything is just gorgeousness. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you get a good sense of the layout and just how much I love it. Take care, everyone. Okay, bye. I included some of these still shots of the garden, and as I'm looking through them, I'm just falling in love all over again. So I'm going to put some links to some videos that you might enjoy. Please click that like button and subscribe. Take care, everyone.